Did you know that Santal Noir is one of the fragrances from the Dior Privé collection of fragrances? In fact, it's actually not known as the Dior Privé collection of fragrances anymore. It's now rebranded as the Maison Christian Dior collection. So Dior Santal Noir is a Middle East exclusive, but I was able to buy it at in London, actually. London, it's available, and it's available at Harrods, and I saw it at Selfridges. I believe I saw it at Selfridges. But flying back from London at Heathrow, duty free, it was there as well. I had already purchased mine in Harrods. So I'm going to tell you all about this release. So if you're curious to find out about it, please stay tuned. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is Sebastian with Smelling Great Fragrance Reviews. If this is your first time landing on my channel, you love watching fragrance reviews, finding out about new fragrances like Santal Noir, discovering new brands, participating in giveaways, and still haven't subscribed to my channel, please click the subscribe button below and also click the bell so you'll be notified for future videos and giveaways. Yeah, this one actually I first discovered, I heard about it through a friend, one of my moderators in Facebook, in my Facebook group, Kodrut. He said he, I don't remember if he bought it in somewhere in the Middle East or he ordered it, but he was really loving it, and I was very, very curious about it because I was kind of underwhelmed with the fragrances from the new La Collection or Maison Christian Dior collection of fragrances. We finally had received it at our San Francisco Neiman Marcus here, but I went and smelled them out, and I was like, they're very, very light, airy, transparent, I don't know, whatever you want to call them. They're just like very, very mass to me. Easy to wear fragrances. That doesn't mean they don't smell great, but I think they smell fine. It's not anything that like won me over. There's a few in there that I liked, but this one got me really excited. So it's unfortunately an exclusive to the Middle East, and but it is available at Harrods, and of course at the Dior boutique inside duty free in Terminal 3. I saw it there as well. So if you're traveling through places, you can get it. This is not available in Paris, unfortunately, so I don't understand what that's all about. Wide exclusive to the Middle East, then available in London and London duty free at the airport Heathrow, and not in Paris, where you can buy those discontinued or limited availability fragrances like Vetiver and Mitza and Eau Noir, Granville, Leather Oud, Milly Laforêt, Kirkanage. I think that's it. Anyway, so I don't understand this, but I guess it's London sees a lot of Middle Easterners going through in and out, I guess. Maybe, perhaps that's my understanding, and that's why maybe they want to appeal to them. Anyway, this one actually I bought because I loved what I smelled, and I want to tell you all about it. So what's this all about? The pricing is the same as other Maison Christian Dior collection fragrances, and San Francisco, or in the States, these are sold for about $320 plus tax. But in London, where I bought this, and in Paris, where I bought the previous fragrances I spoke to you about, that I brought back, the Vetiver and Eau Noir. In fact, the Vetiver I actually bought from the London duty free, but the Eau Noir was from the Paris boutique. In London, these were $280. So in Harrods, they were having that special promotion, so I got 10% off. But at the duty free, it was 230 British pounds. So 280, I got 10% off, and then this was 230 at the duty free. I should have waited to buy it there, but I didn't want to miss out on the chance of not being able to buy it. I didn't know duty free had it, so I got it there. But here in the States, if it was sold here, it would be $320 plus tax. 250 ml bottle. I believe this is the only size it's available in. Maybe there are other sizes. I didn't check, but I think they do have other sizes. I'm not really 100% sure, but definitely have the 250 ml bottle. So this is created by François Demachy, and 3 notes are listed in here. Sandalwood, the name is Santal Noir. You got Turkish rose, and you also have ambrette. 3 notes, nothing else. What does it smell like? So it's sandalwood. It's sandalwood, but what I get from this right off the bat is that rose. The rose starts things off, but to me, this is not your traditional rose scent because it's so blended with that sandalwood. It's kind of like a fine balance of sandalwood and rose. To me, I find a little bit of more rose than sandalwood, but I think they're pretty equal to me. What really is the standout note for me here in this is that ambrette, because ambrette is a note that I've been really in love with. There are fragrances such as Chanel number 18, which is all a very ambrette heavy, because ambrette can go very musky. Then there's ambrette from Le Labo, very similar scent. I like the fact that they're kind of similar. They have their own nuances. And then there's also Fleur de Peau from Diptyque, which is also ambrette dominant, which is musky. So those three fragrances to me are in the same ballpark. This is not that, but the ambrette here comes off very big. In fact, with this one, once you get past that rose and sandalwood, a lot of different things come in. It's definitely a musky scent. You get a lot of musk in here, and that's thanks to the ambrette. But you get lots of fruitiness. There are fruity touches here. To me, they're more dried fruity. It gives us like really like grounding to the fragrance rather than... Sandalwood is heavy to begin with, but sandalwood is very, very creamy to me. It's one of those woody notes that's not dusty. It's not heavy, dense. So the creaminess about the sandalwood, it makes it very light. I like that about the sandalwood, and I love that about sandalwood in general. And here, it does have this lightness to it. But the fruity touches gives it like a denseness to it. I find the fruity touches in here to be more on the dried fruit side rather than like fresh fruit. So dried fruit has that denseness to it, the driedness to it, but still very, very fruity. I pick up like apricots and things like that with this ambrette. But what else is here is a boozy factor, because ambrette also goes into a slightly boozy direction. We not only have musky, because ambrette is used to recreate musk, from my research and from those three fragrances I mentioned from Chanel, Le Labo, and Diptyque, but it also is boozy. You got boozy elements here, which is really quite awesome, and that's why this fragrance is very, very a winner for me, because when you were, I felt like I was let down with the other fragrances. They just were not for me. I'm not saying they're bad. I just feel like I go through a lot of fragrances and I study them, I wear them, things like that. But when you run across this new collection from Maison Christian Dior collection, I was like, well, these are like very generic. Is that the word to use? I don't want to offend anybody, but I felt like they were very, very generic, very non-private collection or like a special exclusive collection of fragrances. They just seemed very mass. Here, at least we've got something very, very unique, which I really like. But one thing that actually this reminds me of kind of hints at a little bit of Ambre Nuit from Dior. It's an amber with rose. Here we have a sandalwood with rose and ambrette. So it hints at a little bit of Ambre Nuit, and I'm assuming Francois Demachy used the same rose that's in Ambre Nuit in here in Santal Noir. Is that a bad thing? No, because the fragrances are not the same, but it hints at Ambre Nuit, and if you like Ambre Nuit and you like sandalwood, you might give this one a try because they kind of have similarities, not necessarily being exactly identical. Otherwise, they wouldn't launch an identical fragrance. But I really love this one. I really love the fact that this is out. It is unfortunate. It's exclusive, but I love it. I'm hoping it won't be exclusive, but I think there's a reason why they launched all these like really light and airy fragrances from the Maison Christian Dior collection. I think they're focusing on a specific market, a very, very wealthy market who buys lighter fragrances. That's what they're focusing on. That's my impression, but I could be wrong. Here, since this one's a Middle East exclusive, Middle Easterners tend to like their fragrances with more heft and things like that. That's why they would release something like this. It's a given that it would be a lot more intense and a little more unique to wear, and those are the kind of fragrances I like. Don't get me wrong, I don't mind freshies. I don't mind freshies at all. In fact, I love freshies, I love citruses. In the summertime, that's all I like to wear. When it's really hot out, I want to be refreshed. But this, to me, is actually a perfect scent for fall. There's something about this fragrance that screams fall. I don't know, maybe the dried fruits in here, the dried fruity accords from the ambrette, the booziness. Something about it is more fall, and I like it in the winter when I don't want something really heavy, because I don't find this to be really heavy. It's not ultra heavy, but it is a nice experience. It's very, very pleasant experience with the wearing, and the smell is just awesome. I love it. So sandalwood is becoming a very favorite woody note of mine, and I don't have a sandalwood fragrance like this. Most of the ones that I have strictly focus on the sandalwood as it's sandalwood. Here, it's a nice fine balance of rose, if not the rose being a little more dominant than the sandalwood. I love it. It's an awesome scent. I love wearing it, and I hope you guys get to experience it as well. But if you know this one already, have you experienced it? Do let me know. Put a comment down. And what are your thoughts about these exclusive fragrances? What are your thoughts about the new Maison Christian Dior collection, which used to be called Dior La Collection Privé collection? Let me know your thoughts on that. And what do you think about the new fragrances in that collection? Are there any favorites of yours? Do you like any of them? Or maybe you don't like any of them? And what are your thoughts about this if you've tested it? Do let me know. Put a comment down. Let's get a conversation started. Also, just want to let you know, do watch my video about the Privé collection, the fragrances that are very limited availability that are in Paris at 2 boutiques. The fragrances I'm talking about are Milly Laforêt, Coeur-Canage, Leather Oud, Mitza, Granville, Au Noir, and Vetiver. Those are only available there. Do watch and find out about it. And if you've been wanting it and you have a friend or relative of somebody going to Paris, they can certainly bring you back a bottle. So anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions or comments about Santal Noir or the Maison Christian Dior collection, please put a comment down. Otherwise, please like this video. Please share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And I'll be back with more videos very soon. Have a good one. Goodbye.